March 31st, 2022. Halfcast 272. Episode 272. Let's go. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Nearly 200 inmates accidentally released due to embarrassing glitch. There's only two buttons. One says in and one says out. Between 180 and 200 inmates in Harris County, Texas, were summarily released because of a computer system issue, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office. According to the Sheriff's Office, a computer system went down on Thursday, March 24th, and the problem persisted through the weekend, resulting in the release of some inmates from the Joint Processing Center. Andy Kahan, Victim Services Director for Crime Stoppers of Houston, explained to KPRC2 that what caused the general release of so many people is the requirement that a defendant receives a probable cause hearing by 24 hours for a misdemeanor or 48 hours for felony after arrest. I guess they're trying to tell us we should be glad it wasn't Arkham Asylum. That person basically said, hey, we just cut loose close to 300 people because they weren't given their probable cause hearings in due time. Mighty fine police work. He called the incident a huge embarrassment. I was shocked, Kahan told Newsweek. I've been involved in the criminal justice system for 30 years, and I've never seen anything like this. Immediately, red flags went up, he adds, but the bottom line is I was just dumbfounded that there was no backup plan for a contingency in case of a glitch in the computer system. I can't fathom there were no alternatives other than outright release. Even our own personal computers will remind us that we haven't saved our work. Are you sure you want to exit? Are you sure you want to shut down? So, how can a system that processes hundreds of inmates probably daily miss something as small as just reminding you? The man up for double homicide didn't see a judge yet. Are you sure you want to let him go? It's the same thing. The system was down between March 24th and March 26th. The crash happened during a system update, according to ABC 13. During the hours the system wasn't working, data needed to approve or reject charges against an arrested person wasn't filed properly. Somebody didn't set the defaults. When hundreds of defendants, after sitting for hours in the processing center, didn't see a magistrate within 48 hours, they were released through a general order by a judge. It is unclear yet how many defendants have been released, but some, including Fox, estimate the number of people released could be around 300. It's going to look like Con Air this weekend in Texas. Con told Fox that all defendants released were let go without any conditions. There's no ankle monitors, no GPS, there's no distance requirements, and we don't know who these offenders are, Con said. For those few out there that really just needed a second chance and a clean break, this is your second chance and your clean break. Get yourself a job. Don't give those folks a chance to remember your face. ABC 13 said they were able to obtain a report on a list of those released and say that it included people accused of crimes such as indecent exposure, driving while intoxicated, and racing. Most defendants were nonviolent, ABC 13 reported, but a dozen had a criminal history, including violent crimes. Harris County's district attorney wrote a letter to law enforcement agencies and told them the system failure was a threat to public safety. The DA asked that all defendants be rearrested. Now we have to spend more manpower and resources basically to bring the defendants back in the system that we already had in the system, Kahan said. Well, thank you for that tidbit, Captain Obvious. Always there to give us answers when there are only questions. Florida woman accused of setting Circle K clerk on fire after being told not to panhandle outside gas station. This is especially messed up because that clerk was not supposed to be leaving his or her workstation to do what a supervisor or manager was supposed to be doing in the first place. You wanted to be a boss? Do boss shit. A Florida woman has been charged with attempted murder after she allegedly doused a gas station attendant in gasoline and set them on fire. Betty McFadden, 30, was panhandling outside of Pensacola Circle K when she was told to leave the property, according to the Escambia County Sheriff's Office. That's when she grabbed a gas can, panhandled some gasoline, then walked into the store and doused the clerk in fluid, police said. McFadden then allegedly began throwing lit matches at the clerk. With these prices, how do you even panhandle enough gas to start a barbecue, let alone set somebody on fire? She's a hustler. Oh, look at this precious daffodil here. That is a rough 30. Another employee was also injured trying to help put out the fire. Where is management or some type of supervisor whose job title is to make sure the workplace is safe for their employees on the inside and outside of the premises? Police caught up to McFadden a few blocks away and arrested her. Our thoughts and prayers are with the victim and their family. Sheriff Chip W. Simmons said in a statement, "This is a senseless and practically indescribable act of cruelty." A spokesperson for the Escambia County Sheriff's Office said she could not comment on the victim's conditions due to Marcy's Law, which is meant to protect victims of crimes. Armed robber made victim pinky promise him he wouldn't call cops.
But don't tell nobody.
An alleged armed robber in Ohio reportedly made his alleged victim pinky promise not to call the cops after he fled the scene, the authorities say. According to a police report quoted by WKBN, the unusual exchange happened after a 22-year-old man was robbed of $80 near a pit stop gas station in Warren, south of Cleveland. The incident occurred around 10:40 p.m. on Sunday, March 27th. The news outlet said that the man was approached by his alleged assailant while walking along Youngstown Road Southeast. According to the police report, the victim was unable to provide a good description of the alleged robber, who was said to have been wearing a ski mask at the time of the incident. The victim told the authorities he was initially approached by the man, who asked whether he was a drug dealer. He said, "Yeah, of course I am. I'm going to tell a random person I'm selling drugs. What do you want? Shop's open." He said that's when he told him he was not. The robber revealed he was carrying a pocket knife and demanded he hand over cash. The report quoted by WKBN states that the robber made off with around $80, but not before he got his alleged victim to make a pinky promise not to call the police. Bless his heart. Despite making the promise, his victim contacted the authorities soon after. You gave that man your word. Police later arrived on the scene and conducted a search of the area around the pit stop, but could find no sign of the man on the bicycle. Teenager's Instagram post posing with cash and guns gets him arrested. Teenager's Instagram post posing with cash and guns gets him arrested. The only way it could be any easier is if they actually walked into the precinct, put the money and the guns on the counter, walked in the cell, and closed the door behind them. The Bexar County Sheriff's Office arrested 2 San Antonio locals as a result of pictures posted to social media. David Anakin Guerra, 17, posted several photos to his Instagram profile, flashing cash, guns, and THC cartridges. Police became aware of the post on Tuesday and announced his arrest on Wednesday. Signed, sealed, fucking delivered. BCSO, covert intel, and street crimes units began their investigation regarding the activity that was reportedly posted to Instagram. The sheriff's office Facebook post read, "They don't even need all those. You're wasting taxpayers' money when all you could do is have a guy in the basement just watch people's pages all day. It's so easy." The BCSO units were subsequently able to locate David Guerrera and conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle he was driving. During the course of the traffic stop, deputies located hash oil, a loaded handgun, and cash. So let me get this straight. A whole day after seeing what he posted on Instagram, when you caught up to him, he had everything that he had in the picture on him in person all together in one spot. Jesus Christ. It's too easy. Deputies went on to find 2 handguns, a high-powered pistol, cocaine, hash oil, marijuana, and $15,000 in cash in Guerrera's residence. Guerrera faces charges of possession of a controlled substance of 1 to 4 grams, reckless conduct, and unlawfully carrying a weapon, 1 felony and 2 misdemeanors. Hopefully, the system doesn't crash when they go to book him, right? The post also led to the arrest of 21-year-old Ezra Guerrera, who lived with Guerrera. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance between 1 and 4 grams with intent to deliver and possession of marijuana of 4 ounces to 5 pounds. Both are felonies. Here's how one person's stupid decisions can affect someone else, because nowhere did it say that the last guy was anywhere in those Instagram photos. He was just collateral damage. Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I pinky promise I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.